Yo, what's going on, toxic gamers? We need Officer Tenpenny from GTA San Andreas right now because apparently Activision did came out and they responded to Battlefield and they're talking a whole lot of shit, mate. They're talking crap. You do not have to like the video. You do not have to subscribe. Get your belts out because it's gonna be belt to the ass all over again. Roll it.
And the hype for this game is unreal, man. I have not seen hype for a game like this in a very long time. I think for a lot of people, both EA and Battlefield Studios have checked all the right boxes. They came out at the perfect time. They're saying all the right things. The game's looking incredibly good, and honestly,
minus the bots thing right now, people are actually talking about the bots. Maybe we'll get to that in this video, but yeah, it is true. A lot of people are hitting the G-spot. People are breaking the bro code right now. I've never seen anything quite like this, gang. Like, people are breaking the bro code and pre-ordering this game. The same dudes that said that they're never gonna pre-order the game, they are breaking the bro code and pre-ordering the game. Yeah, let's hope we're not gonna be looking like this with the game, because right now the game looks amazing though, man. You know what I'm saying? The game does look amazing, man.
And I'm curious to hear what you guys think about this. I wonder if like other people feel the same way, but for me personally, it almost seems too good to be true. I'm having an incredibly hard time finding who are not excited for this game or seeing people who have negative things to say about it. Like, I'm sure there will be some issues with the beta. That's the very point of a beta. That's why they have it, right? It's not going to be perfect, and I'm sure they're going to smooth that all over. But so far, things have gone incredibly well, and Activision have been taking note of that. So we got an insider leak today from Tom Henderson, who, of course, we have covered countless times here in the channel. And according to Tom's sources within the company, Activision is monitoring the hype around Battlefield 6 incredibly closely. So closely, in fact, that they're making anti-cheat changes thanks to Battlefield. We'll talk more about that here in a bit.
Oh, they're panicking.
But the internal word from Activision is they're not worried. And that honestly blows my mind. I think any sane person in the world would say that Activision has plenty to be panicking about.
What? Say it ain't so, man. Where is Bobby at, though? Not Bobby Kotick, but where's Bobby Puff at? Yay! That's Bobby.
I'm trying to make a fucking
living,
and you, greedy corporate, can stop on my 18-inch.
18-inch, he said. Whoa, right? He said 18-inch a couple of years ago, and then I believe a couple of months later, bro, like, he started saying good things about Call of Duty right after, right? Yeah, if you remember that, yeah. So that was crazy, but that was a homie Bobby Puff. But okay.
Out. And it's not like this is a public statement or anything. It's a leak from somebody within the company talking to Tom Henderson, but they claim that they are not worried about Battlefield 6 because Call of Duty is too big to fail. Now, I do want to get into the article itself and see exactly what they said and everything, but before we do that, the idea that something is too big to fail, right? How many times have we heard about that?
Yeah, famous last words. Famous last words. But it is also a little crazy because I've read the comments. And you know what? Love him or hate him though. What he say here is facts though. They are right. Not even Battlefield 1 could outsell Infinite Warfare, which is kind of sad. Brothers out here doing that Google analytics right here, and Battlefield be on top. I don't know why Jupiter is trending right now and why Twitch streamer is trending, but all right. I really hope this time Battlefield takes over, Brett. But real quick though, before I forget, I gotta shout out the homie Brian, Sandra, I Am Who I Am, and the homie The Metal Edge for that $50 super thanks. That's the most I've ever gotten in terms of a super thanks. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and loving the channel this hard. Like, you guys gotta do none of it, man. You got what the hell you guys been doing, man? That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. You guys don't have to do none of it, but I needed to shout out. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel. All right, let's get back to the content here, boo-boo. Let's find out what we're hating today. Roll it.
Seen it proven wrong over the years. I mean, Guitar Hero, another product by Activision, by the way, was too big to fail. Sears was too big to fail. MySpace was too big to fail. The banks were too big to fail. They say that no king rules forever, and Call of Duty has had a pretty solid run, but the idea that the guys at the top think that the series is too big to fail is honestly indicative of how the franchise has fallen so much. It's fallen not only in terms of popularity, but also in terms of community perception and community reaction and the core aesthetic and feel of the game as a whole. Like everything.
Yeah, I guess he's relying on, Call of Duty is like the NBA and the NFL, right? Every year there's a new one, and every year suckers gonna hate, but suckers gonna still buy, right? It's one of those things, right? And you know, when Daddy BBC skin comes in, yeah, right? Like, bro, like, even the most die-hard haters ends up buying it. But this year it may be different, but let's be real, guys. Honest to God, we say that same trash every year, that this year is gonna be different. This year is gonna be different. Nothing is ever different. Suckers hate it and they buy the game, right? You feel what I'm saying? It's like the McDonald's. Call of Duty is the McDonald's. But because Battlefield 6 looks so good, and because there's so much hype over Battlefield 6, it's gonna be interesting to find out. I gotta show you this too in a second, but
it's just going downhill with the COD franchise as of late, and when the suits at the top, who don't even play video games, assume that that gravy train is never going to come off the tracks, that's how we end up in a situation like we are in with Black Ops 6. Microtransactions are a license to print money. I do understand that, but Activision has been pressing that microtransaction button every second of every day for the past couple of years, and look at where it has gotten them, man. Like, record low player numbers, record low interest in the game. Like, who is actually talking about and who is...
I haven't been following their balance sheets or, you know, their investor call. I used to back then, but not anymore, right? Yeah, back then when I was following, every quarter they were up in it, right? They were making more money, even when they were losing players. And ultimately, that's what matters. And yeah, I get it. Like, it's a business. They gotta make money, but damn, man, like, what the hell? But it is also true that they're losing players left and right. But Warzone is their saving grace. Even Warzone is dying, but it's still got millions on it, so it's not dead, right? You can say it's dying. It is going down in player number, which is true, but they're upping the microtransactions so much, and they're upping the EUMM so much that, and all EUMM is, it is that you play the game and it makes sure that somehow all of its primary objective is to get you in the shop and buy the skins, right? Buy the weapon skins, buy those BBC bundles, the Butthead and Biba skin, Nicki Minaj Bunda and all that. It is true, they added Nicki Minaj's Bunda in the game. Yeah, right? So yeah, that's the goal of the EUMM. It's scummy, man. It really is manipulative, but guess what? Player numbers dropping, but they're still making more money than God. They're making more, that's a metaphor, by the way, not literally, but they are making more money than their previous quarter. I haven't been following their last quarters, so I don't know if that's true right now or not, but when I did, every quarter they were up in it. So I wonder if they're still making more money than prior quarter or not, but...
actually excited about Black Ops 7. I don't know anybody personally. I really don't. And they cranked up these stupid microtransactions and the skill-based matchmaking so much now that they've driven away their entire core player base. And now we have a game like Battlefield 6 coming out, which is doing all the right things, saying all the right things, looking fantastic and everything, and Activision's claiming they're not worried about it. Well, without further ado...
yeah, because this is one of those arguments that you can make right now. Hardcore fans are fed up with Call of Duty, so either they're gonna buy and hate it, or they're not gonna buy and still hate it, you know? So you got the hardcore fans. Now, what about the normies, the D-Riders? Okay, the D-Riders gonna buy it. The haters, it's 50-50. Some of the haters gonna buy and hate it. Some of the haters not gonna buy, but they're still gonna hate it. The D-Riders gonna be on it. What about the normies? Because, yeah, Call of Duty hits the normies, right? But this time, the Battlefield is also coming out, and it does look amazing. So maybe that's going to be a lot more popular with the normies this time around, and Call of Duty may not be that popular. But normies are normies. They're gonna buy what they like and see. So yeah, we'll find out very quick though. But yeah, truth be told though, I really hope Battlefield succeeds this year. Not because it needs to beat Call of Duty. It does need to beat Call of Duty so we can get better Call of Duty games in the future. But I really hope Battlefield 6 does well, because it's a good game, not because it needs to do better because of Call of Duty or competition, but it does well because it's a good game. I want it to stand on its two legs because it's that good. You know, because it's that good. I want it to do good because it's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and see what's going on here.
Yeah, oh no.
So here we can see from Tom Henderson via his website, Insider Gaming, linked to him down there in the description. Definitely go check out his actual website. We see, speaking with sources who wish to remain anonymous because they are not authorized to talk about Activision's internal conversations, it's been said that although Activision is keeping a close eye on Battlefield, they are not worried about the game outcompeting its flagship franchise. It's said that Activision leadership believes that Call of Duty is, quote, too big to fail, unquote, and will remain a profitable, annually released franchise for years to come. At the time of writing, an annual Call of Duty title is penciled in for the next 4 years at least. That final point is kind of interesting.
They already got the next 4 years figured out, man. That's crazy. The MCU of Call of Duty, right? Dang, man. 4 years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more. We're probably gonna get 4 more years of friendly beef, right? At least 4 more years of that. But yeah, that tells me that they're buttering the investors, make no mistake. But also, if true, well, yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked. Player numbers dropping, but the players that are playing the game, players number dropping, microtransactions increasing, and people that are playing, apparently they are buying the skins, right? So I guess they're making money that way, so.
It's no secret that COD is going to continue making annual games, but we already know about Black Ops 7, obviously, and it's coming out. The multiplayer reveals in a couple of weeks, and then we have Modern Warfare 4 after that, right? And then we already know about Sledgehammer Games in 2027, which apparently is going to be a new sub-series for the franchise, but apparently there's already something going on for COD 2028. Nobody really seems to know about this. Like, when the news came out, even Charlie Intel has said that they haven't heard anything from their sources about COD 2028, so like,
give it a couple weeks, give it a couple months. We're gonna know even about Call of Duty Yo Mama, man. Call of Duty 2030 as well.
What's that gonna be? Black Ops 8? Black Ops 2028? Like, it never freaking stops with this series, man. And it's honestly interesting that they plan that far ahead, given the current state of the COD franchise. Like, this might sound a bit dramatic, and I admit that it is. But with the way the COD is going right now, I don't even want to imagine what kind of bullshit they plan to pull 4 years from now. Like, with no change, without fundamentally changing what they're doing to the COD franchise right now, I'm not sure if there's even gonna be a community of players left by the year 2027. Let alone 2028, for crying out loud. Like, people might give Sledgehammer the benefit of the doubt in 2027, but dude, just the COD franchise needs change. They cannot just keep doing the same thing they've been doing with Black Ops 6, because that is...
Yo, we're gonna be like this in 2028, man. Oh no. Call of Duty players in 2028 playing Call of Duty, man. Damn. No disrespect to my old gamers out there, my older gamers. Shout out to you, salute to y'all, man. Just a joke, bro. You know, feel what I'm saying? Like, even I'm pushing 30, man. I'm gonna be 29 in literally a week from now, on the 15th of August. Damn, man, where have the times gone, dude? My God. Yeah, man, 29, pushing 30. Like, quite literally pushing 30 here, gang. Yeah, man, sometimes I just wanna not even think about it. You feel what I'm saying? But okay.
Is a sinking ship, man. I mean, they may be making money now, but we've talked about that. Like, they're selling out the future of the franchise for short-term gain. It's not going to work out in the long run, right? And I also think that the idea that Activision is not worried about Battlefield might honestly be true. And that might shock some of you, but I honestly think that they might believe that, right? Because part of me just wants to say that the suits are just putting on...
I was anticipating him say cap, but nah. I guess, yeah, you know, like we talked about, I guess their revenue, if their revenue is up a quarter over quarter, I'm not following that news anymore, but you know, if that is true, I guess it is true. They wouldn't be panicking, because all they care about is money. Like, if they can make more money than previous quarter or not.
On a persona for the people working there, sort of like, you know, smiling through the pain, like, oh, we're gonna be just fine, we're COD, we're amazing and everything, right? But I also feel like I know Activision pretty well, and those guys are so delusional, they are so out of touch with gaming and their own franchise and their own community, that I would honestly believe that they believe Battlefield will not be a problem for them. I can see how these freaking narcissists that run this company will think in their head that Call of Duty is doing amazing and it's always gonna be fantastic, despite all the evidence to the contrary, because they never seem to have any fucking idea what is even going on with their own video game. Also, if they aren't worried about Battlefield, then Why are they copying it? Because that's right, ladies and gentlemen, just a couple of days after Battlefield announces their anti-cheat, which reportedly is going to be the same anti-cheat they've been running for a while, Call of Duty just comes out of the woodwork to say that they're copying them. So let's take a look at that next.
What?
So a couple of days ago, it was announced that Battlefield will be running on something called the Javelin anti-cheat. To my understanding, this will be a current...
Whoa! Right? Okay, before we get into that, I want to show you this. So far, like, this is only the bad news. I've seen people reaction. Maybe this is good news to you. I don't view that as bad news, though. I don't... Okay, the only thing it needs is... yeah, okay, let me show you this, okay, first of all. And I'll explain why. Battlefield 6 will use bots to fill lobbies if there aren't enough players. And everybody's going ham. I responded, damn, everyone right now, and... yeah, so if you do have Twitter or X, I would love to have it there. Shout out to you guys for following over on the Grams. Tip for Rayla23, thank you so much for following. Alliance, Kamasia, JR1018, thank you guys so much for following over on the Grams. If you do have the Grams, I would love to have you there. Links are always down below, first link in the description. But the reason I don't think that this is bad, I really hope they tweak it though. Tweak it in a sense where first, prioritize players, all right, but you know, year 2, year 3, when there aren't many players, people playing the game, that's when you can use bots to fill lobbies because there aren't many people, and you know what, you want to keep the servers alive. In that way, I think it's all right. I'm saying only it's all right, but day 1, week 1, year 1, don't use bots, man, because everybody just went bananas. Casual Call of Duty players enter chat. Rip Battlefield already. Oh no, this needs to be an optional mode. Okay, you know what? I agree on this optional part, right? I think it should not be the case with year 1. I don't think it's gonna have... Hasn't this always been a thing? Nah, with Battlefield 2042 it was a thing, but not always. No one asked for fake wars in a multiplayer shooter. So like 2042, how do we feel about this, gamers? Show me one game that doesn't. Oh wait, okay, right now I'm actually not getting that many bad comments. Last night I saw like ruthless comments. I guess you know, people are like, I like this idea. It means that newer players won't feel it. Okay, no, I swear to God, last night when I was looking at the replies, they were really, really bad. But not anymore, though. Not anymore. Okay, so it's kind of 50-50, though. No one wants to play against bots. People also don't want to play in empty servers. Yeah, exactly my point. So don't put it day 1, but you know what? Year 2, year 3, when people aren't too, when we don't have too many players, then maybe you can toy around with the idea of that. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments.
Kernel level anti-cheat, similar to what's being run on a game like Valorant, meaning that you will need to have secured boot enabled for your PC. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an expert when it comes to this kind of thing. I'm really in over my head. For me personally, it's already enabled on my PC. I didn't have to change anything whatsoever, but secured boot...
Okay, I scrolled a little bit. Yeah, that's one of the Twitter X algorithm, right? Like, the negative comments get pushed downward. Horrible idea. Hate this. Terrible decision. Retract it immediately. Dead on arrival. So not cash money. Man. So not cash money. I don't see a problem. So you got positive, you got negative, but the top comments are mostly positive or decent right now. Yeah, so Twitter, it's the algorithm right now. But yeah, I want to know your genuine thoughts though in the comments. I don't view that as complete negative. It depends though, you know what I'm saying? Like if they really prioritize bots over real players, then it's a negative, of course. But if they prioritize real players, day 1, bro, everybody's gonna be on it, right? Like I don't think Battlefield 6 is gonna have any problem with the players with the current hype. But yeah, we'll see.
Essentially seems to mean that the moment you turn your PC on, it prevents software that the manufacturer does not trust from loading onto your PC. Again, I'm not an expert, and I have seen some people saying that they don't like having the anti-cheat being that deep within their machine, but from the outside looking in, it seems like for very casual hackers to just download these scripts and whatever, it seems like step 1 for them to do that is to disable secured boot. So by the anti-cheat forcing it on these people's PCs, it appears that's going to be a step in the right direction. It's not going to kill cheating or hacking entirely by any stretch of the imagination, but apparently it does make it much more of a pain in the ass, at least for the casual cheaters. The super hardcore ones are probably going to find a way around it, but again, all of this seems like a good thing, and wouldn't you know it, just a couple of days after Battlefield makes this announcement, Call of Duty shows up saying, hey guys, we're also going to force secured boot with our anti-cheat with Black Ops 7, and oh...
I've seen them say this million times. Of course I'm exaggerating, but I've seen them say so many times and it never works by the looks of it. Cheaters are always 2 steps ahead.
We might be testing it a little bit with Black Ops 6 as well. Like, aren't we great? Like, we finally listened to you guys. That's freaking hilarious, man. Like, the Ricochet anti-cheat has been out for what?
Ricochet, not Ricochet. Come on, Nero.
Like 4 years now, and they're just now deciding out of nowhere for no particular reason to add this feature to it. After all the hacking, all the cheating, all the tournaments being ruined, ranked play being terrible for years, casual multiplayer being ruined, Warzone just not even being worth playing anymore, not to mention the older games that are hacked all the shit, they let all this go on for years and years and never seem to care. But now that Battlefield is coming, now that Battlefield is the most pre-ordered game of the year, now that hype levels are through the freaking roof, Activision decides to finally press the button. Like, I don't know who they're trying to kid here, but the important thing is it's happening, right? The Battlefield 6 beta isn't even out yet, and it's already forcing some positive change.
Yay! Oh, nobody? Okay, alright. No more yes then, guys.
Change within the Call of Duty franchise. This is exactly what we've been hoping for. This is why we keep saying that COD needs competition, because this is what happens when they actually have to try.
I agree with you, but let's be real with the anti-cheat. They said that so many times. I look at it as like, yeah, okay, well, we're gonna do something about it, but nothing gets done about it. So
they may be claiming that they're not worried, but a change like this implies to me that Activision is not only worried, they are freaking terrified.
Yeah, they're gonna do their absolute best to make sure that they don't lose players. They don't want to bleed players, right? Did you see this video though? If not, check out this video on the screen. Because the stuff that came out about like aliens, UFO, they ended up releasing a red-eye gray alien video. Virginia UFO incident also is being covered. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, you're gonna find out very quick. Check out this video on the screen and I'll see you there. It's a crazy one.